I listen up, man. The longer you retain, the more becomes revealed. Yes, sir. Let me say that again. The longer you retain your seed, the more of life becomes revealed to you. You might be wondering, all right, man, what becomes revealed to you? Lottery numbers, UFOs in the sky, aliens? Nah, relax. Relax. There's something actually much deeper and much more important than all of that nonsense. But without further ado, let's break this bitch down real quick like a brick for y'all. So, if you've been tapped into this channel, you've probably seen my video talking about my 4-year semen retention update. And within that video, I talked about how this practice makes you become more of yourself. Now I want to expand on that deeper, because when you understand more of you and yourself, you understand more of life. Life becomes more revealing to you. The veil of the matrix, the Maya, the illusion starts to dissolve day by day, week by week, month by month, year by year. If you're truly serious about this practice, using it as a tool for your spiritual evolution, for your physical vitality, for your psychic development. So this all comes down to the fact that it doesn't matter what esoteric or occult information that you've listened to before. It all comes down to the fact that we are a microcosm of the macrocosm. Yes, sir, let me say that again. Man is the microcosm of the macrocosm, aka God, the universe, the source, the galaxies, the heavens, whatever you want to call it. We are a simple kind of like fraction of that. If you take a bunch of cells in the body, they complete to form an organism. The organism is God. We are the cells. We come together to form, quote unquote, God. We come together to form the universe. Another analogy, we are all drops of water in the ocean. We all come together to form the ocean. The ocean is God. The little droplets are us. What's the difference? It's just the dualistic nature of reality. This is what I'm trying to tell you, that the longer you retain more of these types of internal pieces of wisdom starts to become revealed to you. Yes, you can read this in books. Yes, you can listen to this on videos like this. But when you actually realize it from within, it makes a huge difference. It's night and day. This is going from knowledge with a K to gnosis, 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 inner divine knowledge that can only be accessed and ignited from within. You're going from head knowledge to heart knowledge, from understanding it analytically and logically to feeling it intuitively and emotionally. This is what happens on this practice. The longer you go, the more becomes revealed, the more of life starts to unfold before your very eyes. This is why some of the greatest innovators of all time practice semen retention, from Nikola Tesla, Isaac Newton, Steve Jobs. They tapped into higher levels of consciousness, and life started to kind of connect the dots for them on certain aspects of what they were trying to build. Whether that was building Apple, whether that was building the Newton laws, whether that was building up what Tesla did of the free energy concepts. It was always there. All of that stuff is always there. All these new ideas are always there. They just become revealed to those who actually elevate their levels of consciousness to these higher planes. And that could be the same thing for you. You might be here to innovate the next new greatest thing, and it's right there in front of you, yet you can't see it. You're trying to look for it with your two eyes, but you can't see it with your mind's eye. You can't see it from within, because you don't know yourself yet. You don't know how this world operates, just like how your mind operates. My dog is making a bunch of noise out there, but this is what I'm trying to kind of convey to you guys, that the longer you go on this practice, this is why I'm an advocate for the people who are truly serious about not just getting rid of bad habits, but actually amplifying and enhancing their mental, physical, and spiritual evolution. You need to be going on longer streaks of retention. You're not just doing it for 30-day challenge, 90-day challenge, 3-month challenge. Even though that might be sound like a long streak to you, I'm telling you right now, you going from those negative habits, pretend you have negative money in your bank account, to baseline is probably going to take about a year. Literally a year to just get back to normal. And funny enough, a lot of people get back to normal after a year, after 8 months, whatever it is, and they feel like, damn, man, I'm clicking into superpowers. No, the fact is that you are tapping into your natural default state of being, which is already so much more higher than your depleted state. But if you want to take that baseline, going from the negative bank account to zero, and then going from 0 to 100,000 in your bank account, that's when the longer streaks come into play. That's when you actually tap into, oh man, this is what these sages, these yogis, these saints, all of these mystics were talking about when it comes to this path. Why celibacy was almost like a super fuel for your spiritual development, for your psychic development, for even your physical vitality. Everything that we talk about on this channel, on the main channel, for all you guys out there in the private Patreon community, shout out to the fucking private Patreon community. Man, if you like this type of information, you messing with this channel, you messing with the main channel, you are truly doing yourself a disfavor by not joining up into the private Patreon community, because in there, you get access to exclusive content that you're not going to see on this channel, on the main channel, anywhere else. You get access to full guides, in-depth occult lectures, and most importantly, if you tap into the highest membership tier, the Philosopher's Circle, you get to join into our monthly masterminds where we're doing 2 live calls every single month. Hop on a call with me, as well as a community of like-minded men who are also on this path of self-mastery, who are also understanding these deeper concepts, who are also understanding how to become the best version of themselves mentally, physically, and spiritually. Because remember, man, if you want to go fast, do it alone. But if you want to go far, you want to retain longer, you want to get more things revealed to you, you got to do it with the proper community. Because your environment truly has a deeper impact on you and your development than you could ever imagine. This is due to the fact that us as humans are social creatures by heart. You got to surround yourself in the right tribe that correlates and elevates your vibe. And this is what you got right here within the private Patreon community. If you're truly serious about that, go check out the links posted in the pinned comment of this video, because in there you'll also be able to find links to apply for one-on-one personalized coaching with me, or just book a one-time one-on-one consultation, as well as a free community Discord, free weekly newsletters, all that good stuff, man. But like I was saying, if you're truly serious about this path, you're actually tapping into this channel, the main channel, the private Patreon community, you're doing personalized coaching with me, we're doing one-on-one consultation calls, you'll understand that there is more to life on the metaphysical aspect of it than what you see right now. You'll understand there's a deeper level to your evolution that you have not tapped into yet. The thing is, your evolution is dependent on you taking away these blockages of the lower level desires, of your lower level instincts taking over. When you take that away, like I said, you go from the negative bank account to 0, and then from 0 to 100,000. Then you realize, like, man, there's more to life. When you only got $5, guess what? You can only buy chips and a soda at the gas station. When you got 100,000 in your bank account, you can tap into different avenues and doors in life that you simply could not before, because now you have more energy, you have more kind of resources in your disposal to use. And this same analogy goes with the concepts of conserving your sexual energy. Just like how money is energy, this sexual energy is one of the most potent forms of it. Matter of fact, to me, it's the most important and potent forms of it, because it's creative energy, it's spiritual energy, it's cosmic energy. It's the only reason you're here, and the only reason that I'm here, through sexual energy. Yet people are depleting and wasting this on a couple seconds of pleasure on a day-to-day basis, wondering why life is kind of like blocking them from the door of tapping into their true potential. The key to unlocking all that stuff is your own self-mastery process, your own self-mastery journey. And semen retention in itself is one of the most important aspects of the self-mastery process for a man, because if you can be kind of dictated by your emotions, by your senses, how can you ever truly tap into your fullest potential? You have a little bit of progress here, you have a little bit of progress there, and then somehow, some way, shape, and form, you just get hijacked. Your brain gets hijacked to just go back into its lower self. Because you are not in control of your own mind, of your own body. Your soul is not awakened to that point. Remember, the body is the car, the vehicle for experiencing this physical reality. The mind is the steering wheel, yet the soul, the spirit, is the one driving it. The reason things become more revealed to you on this path of retention and spirituality is because now you are taking back control of that steering wheel. So your soul, your intuitive instincts, your spiritual capabilities finally take back control and allow you to dictate where your life is going to go. You're not being dictated by what society tells you. You're not being dictated by what your friends tell you, what your family tells you, what social media tells you. You unveil your own video game of life. Imagine playing the video game of life and you're only kind of seeing the map within this little section of it. Because you're always in this cycle. People are living the same lives every single day, every single night, every single week. And I'm not saying that's bad. I'm saying that, man, if you truly want to get out of that cycle, you got to do certain things to actually take back control so you can steer your car the right way. It's like that one SpongeBob episode where Squidward's living in his Squid Town, or whatever the hell it's called, where he's doing the same thing over and over and over and over and over again. Go to work, get food, watch TV, do this. Go to work, get food, watch TV. Nonsense. Over and over and over and over and over again. People are living within that state of mind because they're slaves to the senses. Life cannot reveal itself to you when you're living in these lower three worlds of only thinking about survival, sex, and status. You cannot correlate and grasp these concepts of what life truly has underlying beneath what you see on the surface level. What true spiritual ecstasy is. What true divine bliss is. What your real purpose actually is. You can't tap into that, man. You cannot. If you're always depleting yourself of your life force energy, of this energy that has the power to create another human being. You're depleting on a couple seconds of pleasure rather than using it to create that new life, create that vision that's always been there, that will remain to be there until you actually go 6 feet under. And funny enough, when you go 6 feet under, if that vision is not actually expressed out into the external world, you might have to come back here and do it again in the cycle of samsara, once again reincarnating over and over and over and over again. See, this is all cycles. This is what becomes revealed to you the longer you retain these deeper truths of life, these deeper aspects of what it means to be on this human experience, what we're really brought here to do. Just to gratify the senses, my dog is here to do that. Yet my dog has more control and has more self-mastery skills than most humans, because the universe is using instincts to control it. Us as humans, we have the free will to be able to choose and dictate where we want our life to go. Do you want to fall into the lower levels of consciousness, the lower level animalistic nature, or do you want to elevate? Tap into our true divine capabilities. Tap into our spiritual qualities. And the more you do that, the more you have to quote unquote sacrifice the lower level desires, but the more you gain, the more you actually start to tap into those new open doors of what life can truly offer you. And that is way more rewarding and way more fulfilling than any of the bullshit that you can see here on the physical plane. Any of that bullshit. Those are all temporary, they're illusions. They're not staying, they're not gonna remain. What remains and stays is the spiritual fulfillment you will be living with in your day-to-day life when you know your purpose, when you're using and funneling all this creative energy, the physical vitality, the mental clarity, the spiritual intuitive capabilities towards a bigger purpose that's beyond just yourself. That's what us men were brought here to do. That's what becomes revealed to you when you're on this path of actually mastering your own vessel. God is not going to give you your understanding of what your purpose is if you cannot even control your own urges, control your own vessel. It's like giving a child car keys, tell them to go drive to the store and buy you this and that when it's still in diapers. You can't even control when you're going to go shit or piss. You think, as a parent, I'm going to give you the car keys to go drive the car and go all the way to the store, get this and come back? No. Why would God give you the kind of path and the mission that you're supposed to be on that will give you the best feeling of fulfillment and spiritual ecstasy that you can ever imagine if you can't control your own decisions in life? You got to do the base level things first. That's why I say the longer you retain, the more becomes revealed. This 30-day shit, the 60-day shit, the 90-day shit, great, awesome. That's part of the process. But that's like understanding how to be potty trained. That's going from the negative bank accounts to zero. What's beyond zero? 100,000, a million, a billion. What can you do with $1 billion, $1 million? Access so many doors in life that were locked before that. Take that same analogy towards your sexual energy and your creative energy. What can you tap into when you've actually stopped depleting yourself of this stuff? What can you create once you've actually stopped draining yourself of this cosmic force? Again, that's the key. It unlocks new doors of life, unlocks new doors of your development on the mental, physical, and spiritual planes, unlocks new opportunities, unlocks new just intuitive synchronicities in your life. Are you okay with just living the same cycle over and over again? If you are, I don't know why the fuck you're watching this channel. I don't know why you came this far into the video. Click off it because I don't want to waste your time anymore. You're wasting my time, I'm wasting your time. Let's just make it a deal and dip out of here. Dumbass. But what I was saying is, like, are you okay with just living that same cycle? That you can only unlock one door of life and you've seen what it has? It's like imagine eating the same meal over and over and over and over and over and over. Yet you know there's other meals out there that might taste fucking fantastic, sensational. Yet you don't got the money to buy it. You don't get the keys to unlock that door. This is your key on the metaphysical sense to unlock new doors of life and new experiences of life that are always within you. They're not external, but within you that shapes the external. Once you shift your internal state of being, your internal mindset, your internal identity, the world, the external world, has to mold to that. The universe works in a way where it wants equilibrium. If you're in a state of depletion, guess what? It's going to give you a life that's going to kind of induce and further amplify that feeling of depletion and degeneration. If you're in a state of abundance, you're in a state of regeneration, guess what? Life, the universe, is going to correlate that. The energy gives you, the opportunity gives you, that stays in equilibrium with that. That's why a lot of people, when they're on longer streaks of retention, all these synchronicities start to happen. Life just seems to have more luck in their favor. No, because you've created your own luck. And this is why the universe or God starts revealing more to you. It understands that you've taken the steps towards being responsible of your own vessel. It'll give you the nuggets of wisdom, the intuitive capabilities, the kind of understanding of what your purpose is now, because it trusts you to actually go out and do those things. You trust the kid that's shitting and pissing in his diaper to go to the store, it's probably gonna crash, it's probably gonna cause a fucking ruckus, some havoc, some mayhem. This power, like that whole axiom saying of in Spider-Man, I'm pretty sure it's Spider-Man, with great power comes great responsibility. Like, you need to take responsibility of your own actions as a man. That's all you can do. You cannot control the external world. This is what the Stoics talk about. Control the controllables. Control your own behaviors. Control your own actions. And when you do that, life starts to actually mold and manipulate towards you. Instead of trying to control the external world, control your internal behaviors. And this is one of the most potent ways of doing that. I always talk about it like it's the final boss of a video game. If you can control your sexual cravings and sublimate that to a source of spiritual enlightenment, creative force, physical vitality, mental clarity, all that shit that you get, everything else is easier. Your other addictions just start to dissolve like that, man. I promise you. I promise you. But it ain't gonna be easy. It ain't gonna be short, simple, and sweet. This is a process, an alchemical purification process of the soul, going from those degenerate states on over to the regeneration process where you tap into who you truly were, what you were brought here to do, and how life is going to help you along the way. How life is going to help pave that path for you along the way. Give you pieces of wisdom. Give you experiences and opportunities to be able to continue this journey. Give you these synchronicities that you're on the right path. Give you these synchronicities that you're on the wrong path. This is what becomes revealed to you when you truly partake along this journey. And again, for the people out there that are like, man, like I want to tap into this, oh, I want to do this, I want to do that. Yet there's like a chokehold that's on you. There's like a barrier in between you and actually succeeding on this practice. Go check out the Art of Retention ebook. It's all for free. By just going on the main channel, Fuladi Fitness, actually just type in on YouTube, how to succeed on semen retention. It'll be one of the first videos that show up, if not the first video that shows up. Tap into that. There's a full video guide, and within the video itself, you'll be able to tap into the Art of Retention ebook, which goes much more in depth on how you can actually use this practice towards your own inner evolution on the mental, physical, and spiritual planes. Because remember, semen retention in itself is not going to get you to these points, but it's a tool. It's like a pickaxe. It's like a jackhammer. It's like a shovel to help you unlock these things that are already within you. You combine that with spiritual practices. You combine that with the physical outlet. You combine that with the creative outlet. Then you're set to go. There's nothing else needed. And if you can't read, motherfucker, just go on the audio series, because I've built out the whole audio series of the Art of Retention ebook. Just go on the main channel, go on playlist, go on the audio series. Right there for you. Pop it in while you go on a hike, pop it in while you go on a walk, pop it in while you're working out. It does not matter. Get the game, get the sauce. This is something that I wish somebody told me when I first started this journey too, to streamline my success on this path. You're getting wisdom of somebody who's been on this journey and is continuing on this journey. Yes, I might be 1 or 2 steps ahead of you, but at the end of the day, this is something that you can do too. There's nothing special about me. And again, if you need even more help, go check out the links posted in the pinned comment of this video. Fill out an application form for personalized coaching. Book a one-on-one consultation call with me, man. Tap into the private Patreon community. Go get into these monthly masterminds, bro. You can ask all the questions. We run this stuff up for 2.5, 3 hours at a time. We're just chopping it up with a community of like-minded men who are also on this journey, who also understand the significance of semen retention as a tool for their enlightenment, for their self-realization journey, for revealing what life has to offer. That's what we're here to do. That's what we're trying to actually access. Not how much semen we've been hoarding in our ball sack. The fuck? That's why I don't even like calling it semen retention. I've said this so many times. I do not like calling it that, because this just gets warped into kind of like a segment of the internet of kind of guys that quote unquote can't get girls, this and that, blah, 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 no fap, porn, all that stuff. No, man, it's a spiritual practice of being able to transcend beyond your lower levels of consciousness, going from that negative bank account to 0 and taking the 0 on over to 1 million. That's what it does to you on the mental, physical, and spiritual levels of reality. You'll unlock more doors to your inner self, understanding more of who you are. Like I said, within that video talking about my 4-year semen retention update, you become more of you. You understand more of yourself, which in turn allows you to unlock and understand more of life. Come on, man. We spitting out here. You're the microcosm of the macrocosm. The more you understand yourself, the more you understand life. This is why all the ancient esoteric mystics had this concept and saying of know thyself. This was put on the Oracle of Delphi in Greece, a place where people came and they kind of praise this deity to give him insights into the future. Yet within it, they say, within the entrance of it, it says, know thyself and thou shalt know the gods and the universe. The universe and its gods. Know yourself. The longer you retain, the more you understand about yourself, because you're peeling the layers of what society told you is the right way to act. This is not, maybe not in congruence with who you are. And on a deep level, us as human beings, as men, on the divine side of our capabilities, are not supposed to live in this degenerate state of mind. We have the free will to do so, but society has made it the status quo. Society has made it that there's no other option. That this is what everybody does. Everybody watches porn. Everybody goes into hookup culture. Everybody drinks. Everybody goes to the club. Everybody does drugs. Everybody does this and that. That's not reality. That's just what they want you to think reality is. Because they know that if they keep you in that state of mind and make you actually partake in these habits, they're slowly but surely disconnecting and unplugging the cord to the connection of your higher self, of the supreme source, of your actual guidance of what you need to do in life. Semen retention, all these spiritual practices, is grabbing that motherfucker's hand, breaking it, taking the cord and putting it back in and reconnecting yourself to that highest source, which already knows what you're supposed to do, which already knows the path in life that you're supposed to go on, and knows that what this whole journey and this whole process of purifying yourself really means. Again, man, I'm not here to tell you anything new, anything different. This is already all within you. It's just clouded away. It's just kind of blocked off by all this nonsense that society just adds on more layers and more layers and more layers. The longer you retain, the more the layers become dissolved. And then the more becomes revealed about who you are, and the more life reveals itself, because you are the microcosm of the macrocosm. Come on, man, are you picking up what the fuck I'm putting down? This is some real deal shit right here. Real deal game for your motherfucking brain. So you ain't out here looking like a motherfucking lame. Come on, man. Come on. This is something deep, something bigger, something much more beyond what you might think it is. It's not just about quitting these bad habits. You quit these bad habits, you get to baseline. What's beyond baseline? What's beyond the surface level? You can't even fathom that right now. I can't even fathom it sometimes of how this path of life has taken me towards. What kind of knowledge and wisdom that I've been gaining. What kind of experiences in life that I've been having. It's beyond what I could ask for. And this quote unquote sacrifice that you make for these lower level desires don't even match up to what life just gives you internally. Forget about the external stuff. This feeling of bliss, the feeling of joy, the feeling of meaning and purpose in life is something that all men crave, all men want. But they chase for it externally. When in reality, all that stuff resides internally. You just don't know this stuff because, again, society just warps what your view on reality is. Got to get the money, got to get the cars, got to get the clothes, got to get the girls, got to get the hoes. That's what's going to make you happy. Those are temporary, those are illusions. I'm not saying don't get a car. I'm not saying don't get nice clothes. But if you make that the end goal of life, instead of the byproduct of becoming the best version of yourself, you're always going to be chasing for the next best thing. You're always going to be chasing for that next dopamine high. You're always going to be chasing for that next hit of temporary illusion. And this just feeds into that layers that clouds you away from your true self and what your true purpose is. Because when you find your true purpose, and again, your purpose is to become the best version of yourself, but there's missions on the way of life. Like, think about it as a video game. The purpose of the game is to beat the campaign, is to beat the game, to finish it. But there's different missions along the way of that storyline that you need to accomplish in order to finish the game. Your purpose is, of course, always becoming the best version of yourself. Everybody says that. Everybody knows that. But the missions in life are different for each and every single person. They're different for me. They're different from you. But you understand what the mission is when you start to reveal more about yourself. And that's a journey that nobody else can go on but you. That's why you got to stop looking for the answers outside of you. I already have a video on this channel that all the answers that you need are already residing within you. Stop looking externally for them. Stop looking for other people to give you these types of wisdom. Stop looking at me to give you that type of wisdom. Even the people I work with one-on-one who are in the private Patreon community, who I do one-on-one consultations with, I'm giving them oh man, she just splashed a bunch of water on me. Hey! But I'm giving them tools like semen retention, like the spiritual practices, like all these different types of mystic kind of toolbox kits to uncover the wisdom that's already there, to peel off these layers. And once you peel off the layers, man, it's there right in front of you. It's always been there. And you're like, damn, man, I always knew this. My inner child always knew this. And life starts to warp and change towards that new identity and that new shift that you've made. That's why things become more revealed to you. It's truly a magical journey. I don't like how people kind of make this seem like it's a magic pill, but it's a magical journey. That's what I can say. If you just practice retention, it's not going to do anything for you. But if you actually supplement this as a tool like it's supposed to be, a super fuel that ignites your psychic development, your physical development, and your spiritual development, then you realize, oh man, this journey in itself becomes magical. This journey of self-mastery towards the pinnacle of self-realization is a magical process that nobody can put into words. You just got to experience it for yourself. Again, knowledge with a K, that's up in the head. Gnosis, knowledge that only comes from within, that emanates from the heart, that can only be felt through experience, that's something that you got to tap into. I'm giving you the knowledge, you got to tap into the gnosis. You got to tap into the gnosis, bro. But this, again, remember, man, is something that is not for everybody. It's for those men that are truly on this path of self-mastery, who truly want to see what life has to offer, who truly want to see their highest potential on all aspects of life, not just on the mental and physical, not just in the financial and emotional, but actually on the spiritual as well. I know for a fact that you watching this all the way through, on this channel especially, no cuts, no edits, raw, unfiltered, in the field, in the flesh, or on that journey. You just may be struggling here and there. Keep pushing, because I'm telling you, man, the longer you retain, the more you're on this path, the more it becomes revealed about yourself, and the more it becomes revealed about life in itself. This is something that, again, I can't put into words. You just got to go out and experience it for yourself. Again, it's not a magic pill. It ain't going to fix all your problems in life, but it'll give you the tools to fix a lot of the problems. It's the tool to help you do that. It's a tool to give you that mental clarity. It's a tool to give you that physical vitality. It's a tool to give you the spiritual connection back to that source, your higher self, the inner guide, the inner guru that already knows what you need to do, where you need to go, and what your purpose is. It'll give you that, but at the end of the day, it can give you all the knowledge and give you all the gnosis, but you got to put it into motion. You got to put it into work. It's like having potential energy and kinetic energy. All this potential energy is there, right there, that can be used. What are you going to put it towards? Turn it into kinetic. Turn it into a force to actually get you to that point. And to end off this video, my bad, I'm going to give you guys a quote from Napoleon Hill that I posted on my YouTube community post on the main channel for Lighty Fitness. I might butcher it, but he says, "The mere possession of sexual energy does not raise one to the status of a genius. It is only through supplementing and transmuting the desire of physical and sensual gratification towards a creative endeavor that actually lifts one to that status of a genius. Just retaining your seed ain't gonna be enough to actually reveal more of what life has to offer. Matter of fact, just retaining your seed is not gonna get you on this path of being able to do long streaks, because you're just doing it to retain your semen. Hoard your semen, that's not what this is about. It's about cultivating this energy, not letting it be released and depleted on lower level activities like fake reproduction, which you're doing every time you're trying to hook up with a girl. You're not really doing it for real purpose. Again, if you have a wife that you're trying to make kids, by all means, that's what it's meant to do. That's what God preordained it to do. Or you're just doing it to your hand on pixels on a screen. Fake reproduction. You're wasting it on lower level desires because you are not in control of your own vessel. You are letting the senses take over control. You cannot be in full responsibility of your actions because now you've had your mind hijacked. Yet when you actually take that energy, stop depleting on these lower level desires and transmute it and sublimate it towards your higher faculties, you start to unlock those doors of yourself, which unlock the doors of reality. You unlock the creative genius that's within you. And funny enough, when you unlock the creative genius that's within you, you start connecting with people that are also vibrating at the same frequency. You get these opportunities that are allowing you to actually express this creative genius that you've tapped into. Synchronicities happen that you cannot explain. It's not by the mere possession of sexual energy. Everybody has it. The dogs have it. The cows have it. The birds have it. Only the human can learn how to transmute it towards a higher force. So are you better than an animal? Or are you just a animal with a iPhone, with a smartphone, with a laptop, and with this free will to be able to just indulge in whatever they want, whenever they want? At least animals have mating seasons and they don't have mating seasons. Again, the universe is smart. It has developed instincts into these animals that program them to not even be as degenerate as some of these people are on their day-to-day life. Right? Right, Lola? Come here. I don't know if you can see her, but she's kicking it right here with me. But yeah, man, the mere possession of this stuff ain't gonna be enough. And funny enough, if you just try to retain your seed, hold it in your semen, without actually having a main goal, a main mission to actually funnel this energy towards, without doing the practices that I listed out for you in the full guide, in the ebook, in the one-on-one coaching program, within my one-on-one consultation calls, within the private Patreon community, you're not going to be able to even tap into the longer streaks. Because your mind is so programmed to think that sexual urges means that you have to release. To mean that this energy being built up, because remember, it's just energy at the end of the day. This energy being built up in your lower regions means that you have to go and release your seed. That's what you've been programmed with throughout your entire life. And that's what society feeds into. So you get further trapped into that programming. But the practices that we talk about, slowly but surely unshackle the chains of that programming in your own psyche and makes you understand how you can actually use this energy towards higher pursuits. And when you do that, man, then you can actually tap into these longer streaks, and then you can tap into more of what life can reveal to you. Again, it's not an easy process. Again, it's not a short process, but it's worth it for the men who are truly want to see what life truly has to offer for them on the mental, physical, and spiritual planes. They want to see the highest potential. They want to understand what they were brought here to do. They don't want to go within another cycle of mediocrity, within another cycle of this spin of samsara, within the rebirth wheel. They're over that. They want to make this life their best life. They want to make this incarnation their best incarnation. This is a tool for you to do that, man. I promise you. Because the more you retain, the longer you retain, the more it becomes revealed, man. It's been your boy out here in the field, in the flesh, dropping y'all that game so you guys can make these gains, and I'm out of here. Peace.